And Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. You feel me?
Rich Trapper.
The homie wanted you to whitelist this shit too.
Who?
Rich Trapper.
Rich Trapper?
He be reacting to your shit. Trap News Network. We back in the same. Like, crack in the same, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. For all this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's good news you can use. It's good knowledge, though. You can't get nobody's college, big dog. Make sure you tap in with the tap in when you are tapping all the way in. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Make sure you like and you comment and you subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the top. Hit all say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Hit that subscription button. Hit all say tapped in for the become part of the Rich Trapper Mafia. Hit that description button. Broke Baby Mama out now on all streaming platforms, as well as my newest single, Words is Hard 6. Lay down. Lay down, dog. My bad, y'all. 6 is kicking it tonight. Lay down. Thank you. Doing too much. Broke Baby Mama out now on all streaming platforms, as well as the pathetic FLAKKO Rat Run 100 disc, Words Are Hard. Make sure you get into that if you ain't got into that. Make sure you get into that if you ain't got into that. What else I need to tell you about? Crenshaw King, man. Free the trappers. 10 grams of greatness, $65. That Rich Trapper trap pack from Free the Trappers. Get into that if you ain't got into that. We got Rat Run Hunter reacting to Sharp getting fired from No Jumper. Let's see what Rat got to say about Sharp. Let's get into this. Let's go.
How'd that go?
For about 45 minutes.
I'm like so over it already at this point, but I feel like we still got to have a little combo here.
Hey, listen, man. At the end of the day, Sharp felt like he was being curbed. He felt like nobody was throwing him no alley-oops. Mm-hmm. He felt like certain things that should have been structured certain ways when it came to his content. He felt like he was on the back burner, which I don't know why, because outside of the, like, I don't know, like, he felt like it took 3 weeks for his content to come out.
I think that
now waiting 3 weeks for your content to come out is absolutely barnacles. That's for real.
Swear a lot and smoke a lot, and that sometimes his content would be hard to get monetized. The editor in the corner is nodding right now. But however, I will say, it's not that unique. Anyone who does YouTube knows that sometimes you have to do like many rounds of edits in order to get it monetized.
So smoking will kill monetization?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's like, really, if I truly was solely focused on money, I would probably make everybody stop smoking on camera. However, I don't know if Big Baby would actually be able to not smoke for like an hour, so I'm just sticking with it for the live
streams. Was it marijuana or just cigarettes or smoking anything?
Both seem to be very destructive to the monetization. That's why sometimes we even edit in like a basketball logo over the blunt.
What about if he did a vape?
I feel like that's probably not good either. But, I mean, that's just like, we have to go through revisions where we edit the podcast over and over sometimes in order to get it monetized.
Since you said it.
Your little Monopoly Go universe is about to change forever. What's up, money grabbers?
Old Loose Cannon released the cannon.
That shit was so old. People were, like, freaking out to me about it. I'm like,
we know that.
I heard that so long ago.
About 6 months ago, 5-6 months ago. So how did you, I mean, when people were saying, he's going to get rid of Brick, I'm like, well, he heard it a while back.
Right.
But now that you're seeing the reaction of the people.
You know, I feel like I can be friends with a scammer.
So did you reprimand Brick back then?
No, I mean, he just like kind of explained that he initially thought that it was okay to charge money for interviews. He didn't really understand, which, I mean, very convenient, sure. But I'll definitely give him a pass because we didn't really, like, communicate to him directly. I mean, that's really one of the things that Sharp was super mad about is that there was this dude who was trying to pay $8,000 for Sharp to interview him. And I was like, no, we're not doing it because we don't do paid interviews. $8,000, okay, that's decent. You know, chop it up, $4,000 for me doing absolutely nothing. I mean, it sounds all right. But I've never done it, really. I'm not going to lie. There's been, like, a few times where, like, oh, I'll buy 4 promo posts and we'll do the interview. And I, like, already was kind of on the cusp of doing the interview. I'm like, okay, if you're buying 4 posts, cool. Like, we could do the interview as well. Which, like, even then, that felt, like, a little weird. Like, I'm kind of compromising myself. But I've never really been, like, the kind of dude who's, like
technically, that is charging for interviews. But for the most part, who cares? Whatever.
A lot of these platforms. I was in Atlanta and a guy came and was telling me
damn near every podcast in Atlanta charged for an interview. That's a fact.
Just did Dirty Glove Bastard. And I'm like, how was that? He's like, it's cool. You know, we had to pay X amount of dollars. I'm like, oh, okay. And you're just telling me. Because I feel like people usually want to keep it a secret when they pay for an interview.
Why would you just throw them under the bus like that?
Who?
What? Dirty glove bastard. Or whatever that is.
I mean,
It's well known that Dirty Glove Bastard charges for interviews. They put like whole promotional sheets out on their Instagram. That's not a secret.
actually, I'm doing promotion for them.
Is that the podcast?
It's more of just like a YouTube interview thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they probably don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there it is. Adam doesn't care. So, I guess it did work.
I mean, it's like, you know, some of this stuff is my fault by not being as involved in their career. Like, even I heard a clip of Academics where he was talking about Sharp, and he said, you know, if this was me, I would have got rid of him the first month that the shit started to suck or whatever, which is, there is a lot of truth to that. Is like, at first with Sharp's show, I was like more involved, helping him get guests, lining up shit for him. And then the latter part, like the last year and a half of Sharp's content is pretty much just like him doing whatever. And I think when you look at that,
let me ask you this. Did anybody really sit there and watch Sharp's content like that? Like, I never was like the biggest connoisseur of Sharp's content. Not saying it's good, not saying it's bad. I don't know, because I don't be watching it like that. Does anybody really sit down and watch? I mean, somebody does, obviously, because he keep doing these views and he having these having these shows and all that. But who watches Sharp? Let me know in the chat.
I'm just like, okay, this is why I wasn't doing numbers, is because he didn't necessarily have the high-powered guests that we were bringing through. But
no, he said he already had something going on before he came here. Actually, let me tell you what he said.
yeah, it's something.
Hold on, that's what he said.
Okay.
Church. Wack. I had something going on before I came here. You know? I had something going on. He didn't do that for me. That's what he said.
I was just watching
That's what he said.
I just saw a clip of him in the Reddit of him, like, when he won his, like, Pimp of the Year award or whatever.
No, she said she brought that. What's her name?
I've had a bunch of different people tell me
What's the
that he bought
homegirl
those.
name? What's her name?
Damn, homie.
The one
Damn homie.
Yeah, damn homie said.
A bunch of different people told me that he bought those, which honestly is not that shocking, because I
did?
feel like there's so much corruption in a lot of these. Who would ever think that the Pimp of the Year could possibly be corrupted in any way? It seems like such a ethical award.
Do you think he flipped his hair when he went to receive his award? Like, you know, like, because, you know, he has his thing where it goes like this. It's like a little deeper than yours. He kind of like, when they was like, Pimp of the Year.
This is President to the back.
Sharp. And he went up there and he turned like Pretty Tony and Goldie from the Mac. And he was like,
I don't know. I mean, I feel
Wack making fun of Sharp as barnacles. What is the world?
like his hair is kind of like hardened with the gel. I don't think he could like flip it. I think he put something that makes it like, I don't know. I never touched it. Either way, all I'm saying, the difference between the clip that I saw from like probably 10 years ago of him winning this award and now, what he has been doing to his lungs and throat with that much drinking and cigarette smoking, he needs to chill. Because
wasn't he already talking that way before he came here?
probably before he came here, but like just hearing this old clip versus right now, it's like, oh my God, bro. Like you need to go to the doctor, because whatever's happening to his throat is some crazy shit. Either way, I mean, I'm kind of
So he needs a throat
throat
clearing.
He needs a throat doctor. I don't know. But either way, I'm kind of over it. I'll give you the real deal. He just randomly started talking shit on stream about us on Saturday.
See it coming. You didn't see it coming.
Not at all. Now, granted, had I basically been ignoring him, yeah, I mean, kind of. Like, I was kind of over trying to help him with his content. And it seems
Why?
like because
You wouldn't listen or what?
it was doing poorly and he would not take any kind of advice or counseling. And whenever we would sit down with him, he would just have a million excuses. And when people keep telling me, like you said earlier, like he said his footage wasn't coming out for 3 weeks and he was saying that he couldn't get, help or whatever. It's like, bro, like we would try to talk to him about his content and he would just have all these dumbass excuses. And it's like, I don't know, I just got sick of it. And I thought I was doing the nice thing by continuing to let him do content on the platform without getting involved. But apparently he didn't see it that way. He also, we gave him a small monthly salary to move out here. And we kind of thought that he would come out here and start building and making shit better. And it kind of went the other way where he just posted up.
He started doing less.
He started hanging out in his apartment streaming and just freaking out, having a mental breakdown on there. I thought he was going to be outside. I thought he was going to be networking people because I've been out with him in Vegas and seen how he does have a lot of fans. It's got to f with him to be that famous in real life and then put out podcasts that get 15,000 views,
Well, I do know, I ran into the PRE dudes, In Hollywood, they were like, yo, Sharp pulled up on me. Then Sharp had told me I'm about to go pull up on the PRE dudes. I'm like, bro, you need to get them into the building to do an interview. They really haven't been too talkative.
Right.
And I don't know if it happened or not, but
So.
he was moving around a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know, man, but I do know this. I told him, I said, I think you kind of like, you moved a little too fast. It should have been a conversation. And, you know, hey, sometimes you got to change it up.
He was supposed to come on here. Like, that's the thing that's up. Tuesday, me, Almighty, Brick, and Lush, he was supposed to come here. He was supposed to do the episode. This was before Almighty got invited too. So it would have been just me, him, Brick, and Lush. We were going to talk about it. I felt like we were probably going to get pretty close to a resolution. And instead,
He didn't show up.
he said he wanted to get paid for it, which to me is like...
But here's the thing, though. Everybody's mad at Sharp for wanting to get paid for that interview or to talk about the topic between him and Adam and all that kind of stuff. Everybody on there got paid either from being on their show or no jumper monetization. Why wouldn't Sharp want to get paid for something everyone else is getting paid for?
in the face.
Sharp told you that?
Yeah. Well, he told Remo. But that to me was lame because it's like, bro, you could have like fully patched it up and we probably would have been on good terms by the end of that. And instead he said he wanted to get paid or whatever. And it's like the reality is he wanted to keep stretching out this controversy. He doesn't want to come on here and squash it because right now he's getting like 3,000 live viewers on YouTube as opposed to like 300 before. But those are all going away at some point, trust me.
Yeah,
so it's like, I don't know. It's like I thought that he would have wanted to come here and have an actual conversation about it. I was looking forward to finally voicing my grievances towards him since I had been holding so many of them in. I mean, but really, this is like part of the problem is like I saw him as a good financial opportunity when we brought him in. But at the same time, like as a dude, is he my cup of tea? Not really. But I would like to think that I could make money and work with people who are not like the kind of guy that I would like to kick it with on a consistent basis. But apparently not as simple as that.
Well, at the end of the day, we cleared it up. Rick's not getting fired. Sharp's now dull at No Jumper. And hey, we're on the Adam and Wack show today.
And one more thing about Sharp though that bums me out is that you remember we wanted to have him on here? And instead he was like, well, I want to have Wack on my show first. And I thought,
who cares? This is a really dry episode. Sorry,
like you weren't necessarily
sorry about this, guys. It's news reviews and knowledge you can't get in college, but it's really dry.
feeling that. So then we never got him on here. It would have been so interesting to see you guys actually really talk on here because you guys have never been on a
But he
podcast
told
together.
me he was going to bring this one chick that was older, what's his words, that comes from the game, I guess, that world. And I'm like, well,
Because of his wife.
I don't know. It was some lady
I guess he's wet. He's married.
Was it his wife is crazy?
from the Bay, I think. I don't know. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm kind of like anti-pimp. Like, you know.
Why do you say that? I kind of feel that too.
I'm like, I can go in there, but I'm not going to be agree. See, I was in prison and I had an old man tell me, a real pimp will sell his own ass to get his stable started.
Really?
So he said, in order to get that money, a real pimp will do some things to sacrifice.
From what I've been told, any kind of sex work involving yourself is massively looked down upon in the pimp community. What I feel weird about is like sometimes I'll be sitting there watching like a documentary about a pimp or having a conversation about pimping, and some of the things they describe, I'm just like, oh no, like call me a big softy or whatever, but I'm just not really into like, you know, making, manipulating, and deceiving women for money like a huge part of your identity, and then creating this crazy persona to justify it. You know,
Adam's really into this conversation. Like, really, my bad. I'm checking on my dog. Extremely into this conversation. Like,
that's not for me.
I was cool with it, but he kept canceling. But I did tell Sharp, I said, yo, bro, I just think like, I think you should have kept that tool in your toolbox and you jumped out the window too fast. I never felt like Adam had anything against you. I think you should have handled it a different way. And some of the things he said, I see why. If they're editing and then you submitting and then the monetization not coming back, you got to re-edit, submit. If it takes you 2-3 times to do that after he's editing other things, I see how that could get stressed out. But then again, he should have had that conversation. It's easy to talk to you. You're in that office looking at your screen. All you got to do is walk in,
Most other people in the office seem like they have a little bit more skepticism about walking into the office and sparking up a conversation, whereas you come in like a bull every time. Hey, what are you doing? I got this thing going on. This. And I'm just kind of, okay, nice. But I give you that. Like, you deserve that.
No.
I feel the vibe from a lot of other people in the office. If they're going to come into the office and interrupt whatever email I'm writing, they want to make sure it's important. I like that you don't give.
Somebody told you, yeah, Wack got an issue with you, but he ain't gonna say nothing to you. You're gonna be like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you having a secret issue would be very confusing to me. I'd be like, I'm like, it must be so up if he's not telling me.
All right, guys, we about excuse me, we about to next. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge, though. You can't get nobody's college, though. We up out here to the next one. Free Avenue Angel till he's free. We gone.